Splendid. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Garblag Games. This high level of professionalism is what you've come to love and expect from my extensive knowledge of technological usage. But that's not why we're here. We're here to play some City of Mist, which is a wonderful little game. And we've got most of our players in-house. We've got there's 6 including me. 4 of the 5. And we're going to start off with a little montage of what happened last week from our friendly bartender.
Yeah, okay, let's do this shit. Luckily, I've got someone with cue cards in front of me, so they're gonna help me out. Okay, so
I'm flipping the back page, so you get the same front page every time.
okay, yeah, right, yeah, change the cards. Cool, right. So, we went to Nick's bar. We did that. His bar, my bar, whatever. Fuck, I don't know. And then we did some research. Oren did some research, and they were looking into how you could get blood out of someone's body without puncturing, like making an exit. And the guess is that it has to do with blood magic and the 4 humors of old magic. So it's some kind of like ritualistic blood magic shit, which is generally not a good thing to be doing, at least based on common sense. And then some other stuff probably happens that I'm missing. Blair did some stuff. She was in her taxi, and there was a lost soul, and the lost soul was this lassie, and she was like, "Do you have a twin?" Oh, no, wait. She was wondering if she had a twin because that was the last thing she saw before she went to the big farm in the sky, and that implied something which we're not very sure about. And she referenced going into a park with some trees, so quite a rare occurrence, trees in a park, and that was her home now. So Blair headed back, and we were all aware of this information due to the fact that Blair returned. That was a good sentence, Nye. Good job. I'm so glad this person helped me write this stuff. Okay, so then some other stuff happened, and Dahlia was there, and that was fun, and Liam was there, and that was also fun. And then we talked more about humors. I remember distinctly doing a really shit joke about it, which, that happened. And if the humors are out of balance, that's bad, and you could become powerful by doing that. So like having lots of blood drained from someone would make you powerful. We found out about the guy, no, did we? No, we didn't. Wait. Next card. Okay, so then then we started looking deaths in parks, always really, bright and sunny reading material, and that was like people thought that was like murders and drug overdoses, and there were missing persons cases related to Alyssa Santiago, who Dahlia knows because there's some stuff going on with her.
She's the
thingamabob. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. That's a detective. Yeah, Santiago is a detective. Someone called Donna Hooper. Moving on. Oh no, that was the dead girl.
Yeah, that was the girl in the park.
Cool. Right. Well, not cool. Very tragic. Some tapestry stuff. Okay. Then we did some super fictitious and not real data harvesting, and we found out stuff about Alice Boland, who is the patient, because you're not friends with your patient, of Dahlia, and she was connected to someone called Amelia King, and they both had dated someone called Sammy Haddad, who'd also dated someone called Raina Payne, who, looking at her name, rhymes, except for the fact they have an A and an E, which is not important, but I just wanted to bring that up. And they both had started to chat with this Sammy, but it hadn't got to the meetup when they disappeared. And then Liam is a dick. That's just there on the card, so that's fine.
It actually is.
Yeah, it is. No, that's the exact words. Liam is a dick and says Nick isn't his friend, just a bartender doctor. That is the exact wording. Janelle invites Liam to a party, and Liam's going to get blind dated with someone, I think, maybe, I don't know. And then we all were together and we went to this carnival. I can't remember why. And then...
Because the string was leading
The
there.
strings, the tapestry.
We need
to let Nick finish, really, because...
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. This is very cohesive and makes sense. Luckily, we hired out 8 people to have, I don't know why 8, but they all have cue cards for us all, and they're doing that. I double booked. Where was I? There's a detective yelling. Oh, that's Santiago. Right, got it. So she's yelling outside the carnival because a small child, no kid in regards to the teenager, now I'm remembering this stuff, was not letting her in. And then Liam goes up and is all like suave and cool, and the kid's like cool, and then lets both of them in. And then we all just go in. And then the detective is getting offered the chief of police position, which doesn't yet. No, I remember that now. And then she was going to vote for Liam, which is good for Liam. And then we went inside the carnival, and there's a roller coaster that goes over the river, and there's a tunnel of love, and there's a black hole. Oh, there's a hole. No. Okay,
the Ferris wheel.
Black hole.
Ferris wheel.
Yeah. Oh.
Is the black hole.
Yes.
Oh, it's called...
No, it's not called the black hole.
No, it's the
not
Ferris
called
wheel that only Blair can see as a black hole.
Mm-hmm.
We see a Ferris wheel.
Oh, I thought that was a roundabout. Never mind then.
That explains why you were sitting on like a lobster or whatever it was you were sitting on.
A seahorse. I remember
Seahorse.
that. Yeah. I love
Remember
horse.
only the important things.
Only the best. And then the Blair said some stuff, and then Liam met the ringleader, and then some more stuff happened, and then Oren and Dahlia went into the tunnel that I definitely mentioned, and then they saw Alice Bolan, who, if you remember, is played by insert relevant famous actor here, and she hisses and runs, which is quite rude, but then they find a body that looks like Alice Bolan, and Nick and Blair go into the tunnel of love, and it's going to be quite sunny out today. All right, you can go home for the day.
Yeah.
Good job. Good hustle.
So, yes, City of Mist, that film noir mythic.
How long did that take? That felt like it took a while.
About a lifetime, I think.
That was good.
Thank you for the Nye voiceover as done by Simon Pegg.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, we're playing a film noir, dark, brooding, raining all the time game of City of Mist. And Nye is playing Nye because you do you, buddy. You do you.
Exactly. This is what you get. It's a delayed response. You wanted a kid-friendly Saturday morning cartoon for Mutant Year Zero 2 years ago. And now you're getting it 2 years
What
late.
gets me is your backstory's dark AF too.
Yeah.
The other thing, of course, is that everything he said there was true. That all happened. just he's looked at the dark bits and gone, yeah, it was like a thing. And all the bits where that really weren't important, he's like, I was definitely sitting on a seahorse on that roundabout.
That's how my brain works.
It's all true. So,
I mean, it's a beautiful brain.
Thank you.
yeah, beautiful mind, you could argue.
Only the highest quality of fever dreams.
And quite rightly, as you said, we split the party at the end of the session. Liam, our daring, reckless, suave, charming arsehole of a politician and mayor wannabe, went off with the ringmaster of the carnival. And they were having a lovely chat and being really good friends and getting on really well because they were great friends and everything was great and they were friends. While Blair and Nick went to investigate the Tunnel of Love, despite having met one of the cleaning staff who told them not to go into the Tunnel of Love because there was a monster there. Dr. Best and Oren made their way down into the rainfall sewage overflow tunnels underneath the
Should
carnival.
we call it the Tunnel of Hate?
I think it's supposed to be the Tunnel of Love. I don't think that there's meant to be a monster in there.
No, I'm talking about the sewage.
Oh, the sewage.
Tunnel.
The sewage wasn't that bad. It was a bit whiffy, but it wasn't like raw sewage. It was more, it rains so often they need to have storm drains down here. So a big old
it was well
storm
done
drain.
sewage, you know.
Yeah. Only the best quality sewage.
Yeah. Seared sewage.
And yes, as you pointed out, down there, Oren was just about to give chase to the hissing figure that had run off into the tunnels when he took a tumble over the body of what appeared to be Alice Bolan, which was strange because he was about to take off after Alice Bolan. And Dr. Best also fell over the body and you, and that was where we'd left you. So let's revisit Dr. Best and Oren down there in that storm drain.
Technically, the last thing that happened was Dahlia screamed very loudly.
There you go.
Yeah. And as a small retcon of last episode would have been one of those things that if you see like the final frame of the episode would have been Oren's eyes turning into like those reptilian slits.
Perfect. So those reptilian slits, we cut straight back in at the scream in the tunnel. Grey, dark, poorly lit, few bits of light from above, dropped torches in the rainwater, spiralling round the body of a young woman.
This isn't. No. She was alive. She just left. No. The
Oren
No.
is like struggling to get to their feet. We have bigger concerns.
like, what could be bigger than that? There's a dead.
Specifically, if you would do us both a kindness and run.
Would she know
And
of this? I'm assuming because
she's
of anger.
about to start seeing Oren change into a reptilian creature, like over 7 feet tall, looks kind of like a dragonborn from D&D with green scales busting out of most of the clothing that they had on.
Okay, she runs.
Which way does she run?
Out of the tunnel, not towards Alice, because Alice is dead to her right now. Like Alice is actually dead, but not dead, and she's confused, and she's just running the way she knows that there's an exit.
And Hyde is going to go, like using the last bit of focus that they have, go toward the Alice creature.
So it turns ripping its way out of its clothes and launches itself down this tunnel, twisting, turning left and right and left and right. And you can hear it running ahead of you. You can smell the blood. The hunt is on.
And a very grim and sinister smile spreads across Hyde's face.
So, what do you want to do?
I would like to use my expression, combination of reduced to rubble and fueled by anger, to like cut a swath within the tunnel itself, like going through areas of concrete in order to shave off distance between myself and the creature.
Okay, sounds like that's you hitting it with all you've got.
Yeah.
And they sound perfectly acceptable to me, so go ahead and do that.
And is that what hitting it with all you got, is that
That's
different from
a
standard
move.
roll?
So hit it with all you've got. You're making a move, and it's going to hit her with a status if you are successful.
That would be a 14.
Yowza, that is indeed successful. Very much so. So on a 14, you give the target an appropriate status of your choice, which means that you can think about damage or psychological trauma or you closing in on them, because this is kind of a race, really. I imagine that you could give them something like breathing down your neck at probably
I was
level
almost
3.
thinking that if I can bust out some of the pieces, that I might be able to knock them down and turn it into more of a strength contest.
Yeah, I suppose if you want to blow out a chunk of the wall, you could easily turn this into... Yep. So you're trying to catch up with them, short version.
Yeah.
Okay, at the minute, it's a little bit of a race. So that will let you blast through a couple of walls and pretty much be neck and neck with them. They will get the chance to act as well to get away from you.
Of course.
Although, good luck to them with that. Because, holy cats. Right, now.
I've even changed the dice that I use while I'm in hide mode.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, whatever this creature might be, is right there in front of you. It's kept to its feet and is trying to move as best it can. But you're right there. You're on top of it.
Okay. Then I would probably use a combination of legendary strength and scales of the dragon to attack using force.
Okay, so if you're attacking, that is going toe to toe or hitting with all you've got. If you want to absolutely smash this thing.
I mean, I feel like hitting it with all you got is almost the only thing Hyde can do.
So when we're looking at sort of combat-based encounters, I guess is the way to look at it. You can go toe-to-toe, which is overcoming someone or something in a struggle. Hit it with all you've got. It's a clear shot using your abilities for everything you can do. And stop holding back, which is using your powers in a new and never seen before way or scale. Probably not the right one.
Not in this situation, no. So I think hitting it with all you got seems right.
Sure.
At this point.
So this immense reptilian-skinned, monstrous man thing, creature, slams down with both of its Limbs.
And that is a 10.
So choose two. Securing a superior position, getting them good and applying an extra tier of something to them, controlling any collateral damage, holding their attention, or gaining the upper hand.
So choose two. I think holding their attention
Yeah.
and getting them good.
Okay.
I'm thinking prone.
Yeah. So prone level 2. And they are fixated on you. There's no way they're going to be trying to do anything until you're out of the way right now. Dahlia runs out into the daytime on the little jetty by the back of the carnival. Behind you, you can hear sort of snarling and roaring coming from far away down the tunnel.
Like going in the opposite direction. Okay. She will scramble up, still terrified, and she is actually probably going into like a type of a PTSD episode, just like trying to force her way up away from the fear. And she's like desperately looking for anybody, but nobody is there where she left them. So now she's just like, where? So she like just pulls out her phone and is texting like, "Where the fuck are you all?" Like to the group chat.
Right now,
To the group chat.
unfortunately for Nick and Blair, their phones don't have reception as they step into the tunnel.
Oh. Well, that's not good.
So
only
the
one
tunnel
who
of
has
love.
reception right now isn't here. And it's the person she doesn't want to see anyway.
So the tunnel of love looks really tacky. It's one of those big, fake, fronted fiberglass. It's a really, really crappy roller coaster log flume thing where you ride around in a little swan boat through some tunnels that run around the back of the fair.
I mean, we've all been
Fiberglass
in
frontage.
tunnels of love. Yeah, we all know what these things look like on the inside and outside. So, I mean, yeah. I've seen tons of these things.
As near as you can tell, the water's about ankle deep, but you can stand on the sides where there's a little platform that looks like it has gears to interact with the boats as they go past. There's a couple of swan boats with flaky paint sitting in wait to be pushed into this thing. It looks like each one only holds 2 people, funnily enough.
So, can we walk down this thing, or do we have to get in the? Because I was about to say, presumably this has like a walkway thing on the interior, because it would make work impossible. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you can walk down the side of this thing.
Yeah, Nick will look to Blair and just say, yeah, but why don't we just go on the side? Do you want to go on the opposite sides, or do you want to go on the same side together?
Go on the same side just to make things easier.
Okay, yeah.
Now, do you guys have a light source that you're taking with you?
I'm using my phone's very, very poor, like, because it's like one of those flashlights from a flip phone, so it's like very inadequate. It's almost like a pen light.
Nick reaches for his phone and then realizes his phone exploded, and then goes, oh wait, I might have a potion for this.
It's called a glow stick.
Yeah, he just he pulls a glow. Can he pull a glow stick out of his pocket?
I mean, the chemicals aren't impossible. You're an alchemist.
I was gonna say.
Oh, but you want to have a shop bought glow stick?
Yeah. I want my potions. Sells the price tag on it. Like, I definitely made this. Crack. Okay. It's the party ones though. You know, the ones that you can turn into wristbands. So it's just a really long, thin one that he's holding up.
Topically appropriate. The light it casts is a pale pink in colour. And so you can see the inside of the Tunnel of Love kind of as it's probably meant to be seen. Looks like there's loads of lighting and fixtures fitted inside, hearts and bows and bunny rabbits, and just lots of imagery that suggests cuteness and Valentine's Day and love and affection.
Oh, look, there's discarded balloons.
Yes.
Blair's unsettled.
So I would like at this stage for you to make an investigate roll. Let me know if
Okay.
you're using mundane or powered means.
I don't think Nick really has powered means, so I'll have to be mundane with his eyeballs, his flesh eyeballs.
Yeah.
He's not downing a potion just to get eagle eyes, although I guess eagles wouldn't be the most appropriate in this space. Oh, Nick's still failing spectacularly. That's a 4.
Yikes.
Okay.
So what's Blair trying?
Would I be able to use my perfect spatial awareness in here?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's pretty much the only thing that seems suitable, since it'd be very hard for me to have my taxi cab in the Tunnel of Love.
That's true. Do you have any other tags that might work in terms of sensing things?
Not things, mostly just like souls, since she's pretty thematic in
Okay.
that sense. So, like,
No, a soul sense would be appropriate in context here.
true. So, let's see.
If it has a soul, we can kill it.
Huh? Trying to think. Looking at her, I don't believe knowing where people are destined to be might, because I'm not sure who I'd be looking for in a sense.
No, I'll count it.
You would count it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd be using my knowing where people are destined to be, and my perfect spatial awareness. And that will give me a 11.
Very nice. It's a headache inducing. It doesn't actually do you any damage, but you can feel how if you'd come in here not expecting weirdness, the weirdness would have really messed with you. There are two overlaid sensations lying here at once. Your perfect spatial awareness gives you the exact dimensions of the tunnel and ping back and round and where everything is. You figure these things are probably doing 1 or 2 miles an hour for about a 20-minute to half-hour ride, depending on whether or not somebody were to slip a bribe to the guy running the tunnel. But at the same time, your sense of where souls are meant to be and your spatial awareness are both screaming wrongness at you. This tunnel is not supposed to be here. This tunnel is supposed to be somewhere else at another time. It is destined that this tunnel will be taking part in a great battle against gods in the future.
Don't like that.
You all right, Blair? You've got a look in your eye like you're seeing a great battle between gods about to unfold.
Just seems wrong. Like,
I mean, yeah. Have you seen the
I mean,
art on the wall? That rabbit has 3 eyes. Oh no, that's its ears. Wow.
no, just like, I can't put into words. Just doesn't quite fit where it is.
There's a little bit of a shake and some shutters at the front of the tunnel start to close. Weirdly, it's like a folding down shutter.
Oh,
Two big latches coming down.
it's not good. We should probably leave.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Is it closing at a speed at which if we were not to run, we would fail? Oh, okay, Blair, start running. Go. Go, 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 go.
And Blair will start running.
High knees, quickly.
All right, this is very much a face danger roll. Using your abilities to avoid an incoming hit, endure harm, resist a malign influence, or hold it together.
Oh, well. Nick has no skills. All he can do is turn people into llamas. It's such a niche skill. That's a 6.
Would I be okay? So I know it's gonna hurt me. Would I be able to argue the always going forward, never in reverse against me in this?
Yes, absolutely. It really should count against you in this.
Mhm.
Unless you wanted to go further into the tunnel.
Okay, let's see what I'm gonna do. We find a D20.
The time-tested technique for decision making.
Yep. She's gonna go further in.
Okay. So Blair doesn't come with Nick as Nick starts running for the entrance. Unfortunately for Nick, as he turns to run, he catches his ankle and falls into the water with a really unpleasant wrenching sensation. So take the tier 3 status, sprained ankle, please.
No,
Nine.
pain. No, I don't like this. Oh,
And Blair
Mhm.
kind of sprints in the opposite direction, deeper into the tunnel.
man down! Blair, where are you? Oh,
And the door closes behind you.
Oh, and I lost
Of
my
all of
glow
us to
stick.
get injured.
It's the healer.
It's okay. At least it can't get any worse, right?
Patch Adams of our party, always making us laugh.
Speaking of things getting worse, let's go back to Oren in the storm drains. Rock dust and water splashing everywhere. As the figure of Alice Bolan in front of you looks up with more hatred than horror in her eyes and flings her hands up in front of her to shield herself. And where her hands are outstretched, blood bubbles out of the surface of them into a big semicircular shield between you and her. As she starts to shuffle backwards on the ground. What do you want to do?
Well, have you ever played Super Smash Brothers?
I have not, but I get the vibe
Okay.
that it's going to involve
Well,
super
there's this
and smashing.
one thing that Donkey Kong does where he just like smacks the ground in a repeated motion. And I'm imagining Hyde doing that, like just not even considering going around the barrier, just hitting the barrier with everything they've got.
Okay. What are you using to do this then? Ooh, we've got a bit dice roll heavy today, haven't we?
Yeah. At this point, I think I don't know if it would count against me or for me. The fact is, if Oren had a mind about this situation, they would be trying to preserve something to study, whereas Hyde is just destruction. So I don't know if that is a positive weakness tag for trying to destroy, but I was thinking continuing. I don't know powers to do other than legendary strength and
That's fine. If you
Scales
want to
of the
just
Dragon.
keep smashing, that's absolutely okay. It will probably increase your mythos at the expense of your logos, which is literally what this is all about.
That's fair.
So you start smashing away.
That was lower 8.
Meanwhile, she's having to face danger. And so you're slamming into this gel-like shield. It almost feels like the opposite of your expression, where your expression is all strength. This is all defense. It's resisting you by not being solid and rigid. It's almost like an oppositional power in its very nature. The shield is semi-fluid, almost gel-like. It feels off as you're pounding on it. Are you, the two of you are in something of a stalemate.
Okay. Then does the shield create like a full barrier?
No, it's like a lens in front of her at the minute, like a very large Captain America style shield.
Okay. Then at the strength failing to break the shield directly, Hyde will grab the creature, like reach down, grab the creature by the ankle and do a puny god.
It's even called that now.
Thinking that one, just because it's Hulk inspired, will get fueled by anger and legendary strength. And that's a 12.
Very nice. That's quite potent. So on a 12, you can choose a status to give, like a tier 2 or 3 status with what you're doing there, because that bypasses the shield.
Okay, is it possible to make a status worse, like the prone condition worse?
Yeah, you could take it to knocked down or knocked out.
I would say knocked out, probably.
Let me think. That's going to take it up to about a tier 4, yeah? So you could give it the tier 4 knocked out status, if you like. You bash this small feminine figure around the tunnels into walls and ceilings. Uh-oh, nice internet.
No.
He'll be back. The screen's going to get jumpy for a minute. But yes, it kind of slumps in your hands. The blood shield turns back into blood and just splashes to the ground.
And it's at this point where I would like to try to stop using logos.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see how that goes. I feel like probably +2 from the self-defense pacifist between afraid of my strength and daily meditation. But then I would want to give myself -1 as well from the monstrous tag. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Three.
Oh, right. Could you mark crack on your logos,
Yeah.
as Oren does not reassert over Hyde?
Then Hyde goes until there is naught but bits left.
Smash, smash, smash. We will leave Hyde and come back to him shortly. Them shortly. I don't know whether Hyde has a different gender identity to Oren or
I
not.
thought about it, but I didn't want it to be too confusing. I actually thought about Hyde being he, him pronouns and Oren being they, them. I was like, I don't know if that's confusing or not.
But I guess if Hyde is inhuman enough, they would also be a they, them, because
It might be an it's actually.
that works.
Yeah. I think it fits better for Hyde.
Okay, well, we'll go back to Dahlia. In the middle of the carnival, trying to phone things, and you hear a call from the boarded up Tunnel of Love. A cry of pain. Somebody going, help!
Ah, I'm down. Oh, the water going in my mouth. Oh, this is awful.
He won't run over.
It's
My copper.
as near as you can tell, it's not boarded up at all. It's a tunnel of love. There's no door on it. It's wide open, and you can see Nick just lying inside there, freaking out.
This is not a tunnel of love. It's a tunnel of lies.
She starts screaming, Nick, what are you talking about? I could see you.
I've sprained my ankle. I'm very emotionally distressed right now.
Look up.
Wait.
Dahlia's
What?
shouting at you from outside this boarded up tunnel.
Wait, but it's boarded up. How can you see me?
No, it's not.
It is. I swear. I'll drag myself over to prove it to you. And he's gonna try and go. "Eh." Wait, did he fall into the little river?
Yeah, I
bed,
mean, it was only
or is
ankle
he
deep. It's
still on
really not impossible for you to claw your way
to
back
just
out onto the
climb
side
out?
bit.
Okay, yeah.
So
he
you claw
does
your way
that.
back out
What
onto the walkway and over to the...
and kind of limps. Does he touch boards?
Yep.
Or does he just go straight through?
Nope, touches
No, there are
boards.
boards.
And you
What
can
does it
see
look
him
like?
doing
Does it
the
look-
mime thing. He's right there, miming in front of you.
She just like walks over, like rushes over and tries to like grab Nick's hand.
Yeah, you grab his arm. Make a check on your spooky logos thing, your mythos thing.
Which
Me?
one of us?
Nikki, for the
Reading the tapestry?
reading the tapestry. Yeah, that's the one.
Gut feeling?
No, I don't think gut feeling works here.
And this is how Nick died.
7?
So,
Oh, yep.
It's not a fail, that's like a mix.
you get hold of him, and there's like a little shudder that passes over you. You feel the tapestry change slightly. You're inside the tunnel, but it's very organic looking in here. This isn't a tunnel. You describe it as maybe a gullet or a mouth or an esophagus, something more like that.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. No.
And Nick is right. The entryway behind you is boarded up, although why he was miming 2 feet in front of the door is confusing. It's not a door. Those are teeth.
The fuck are you talking about? Those are teeth.
What do you mean it's teeth? What does that mean? Who just says what teeth in a sentence about getting
I
out of
wouldn't
the-
say it if there weren't fucking teeth. Why are there teeth? There was not anything there 2
There
seconds
are no
ago.
teeth here. I have a very sore ankle, and Blair ran further down the tunnel, and I'm not happy. I definitely
Yeah,
got some
well,
of that
I just
tunnel
saw
water in
something
my mouth.
terrifying in a dead body, so I don't have time right now.
Where
Nick,
would
she's
you see
right.
Dead body.
Once she points out to you that it's like a mouth thing, you realise that the wetness on the ground isn't from a little river running through it. It's from like a long tongue that runs down the centre of the tunnel. And the tunnel looks a lot straighter than it did earlier and longer.
Wait, what do you mean dead body? Oh my God! What is this? Ah, I don't like this at all.
So Blair, you're
This
running and you're
sucks.
running and you're running, and as you run, the tunnel does start to become more organic in feel. You can make out ridges and musculature along the side. It's a very, very long, I would say thin, but it's massive because you're inside it.
Mhm.
Looks like it's all mouth. This whole thing is just mouth.
Mm.
And then you come to, I'm going to do it. I'm sorry, everybody, but I'm going to break the rule that Pete set for me. I'm going to say it. Fleshy membrane. A sphincter-like opening in the tunnel.
Can you not say that while I'm about to take a drink? That'd be great.
Nope.
That was almost a very particular type of spit take.
Nope. Not gonna phrase it this way. Do I? Is it just the sphincter? Nothing.
It appears to just be a big, muscular, round muscle. A spherical muscle tissue sphincter.
Oh, I'm going to be a professional. I'm not going to say the word I want to say so badly. Going to behave. I'm an adult. I am not Nick. I can't see anything behind it. It's just like it's
No,
kind of
it's muscle tissue. It's dense. It's thick.
okay.
It's
Nothing.
squeezed shut at the minute.
Okay, and there's nothing around me besides like the muscly, fleshy.
Fleshy walls. This kind of sticky saliva-like liquid that seems to have replaced the murky water from the tunnel.
Don't like this,
Understandable. It's horrible.
but I will try to. Always going forward, never in reverse. I will try to find my way through this fleshy portcullis of sorts.
What I'm doing right now, for those of you following along at home, is I am checking my consent checklist just to be on the safe side. We're all good there. We're all good there. We're all good there. And we're all good there. Okay, continuing then. Everybody should use safety checklists in their games because that way you know where your players' limits are. All right, so you're trying to force your way through? Or do you want to try and trick it open somehow? How do you intend to go about?
Trying to like force myself through it. Not the she isn't the brawniest. She's very
She's very dexterous though, isn't she? She's
very dexterous but very
nimble.
spindly.
Yeah.
She's like the polar opposite to Orin's hide. Whereas they are
You are very
large
definitely
and-
taking a risk here.
Mhm.
So yeah, make a roll. Roll plus power. On a 10 plus, you will succeed. On a 7 to 9, things will get messy.
as they tend to be when sphincters are in play.
I've turned into a 12-year-old child. What is
Yeah.
going on?
Mm. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to. This wouldn't be something that I could use bypassed by going through the underworld, is it?
Yikes, that's an interesting take, actually.
I hate that when I'm eating I'm eating a food escapes to the underworld, and I'm like, God damn, I paid like 10 quid for this. This is a nice place.
I never thought a goal would be bypass the sphincter.
I'll tell you what, you can use that, but if it goes wrong, it will go more wrong.
Okay. That is, would I be able, so that'd be +1 to this?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. $13?
Okay, that is a very spectacular success. And you tried to step into the underworld to force your way past that, but what happens is you appear outside instead. Your power shunts you straight through the side wall instead of through the exit you were trying to use. And you can see that you're probably only about halfway around the tunnel.
Hmm.
You're sort of standing in amongst the external appearance, which is just this batch of industrial looking tubes running around the back end of the fairground. But you're out.
Okay.
As you were passing through, a giant skeletal structure was visible to you as you stepped through the underworld. Just spine and ribs all the way along. Skull at one end, spine and ribs everywhere else. No limbs, nothing like that.
What quite massive in size?
Absolutely. Almost impossible to perceive, like a snake big enough to wrap around the world.
Don't like that.
Oh, that's a
Okay.
very specific set of words you've choose to use.
It's very specific.
And the skeletal, was that sort of animalistic, humanoid?
Very animal, yeah.
Very animal? Okay.
Serpentine.
Okay. And she's going to kind of dust herself off and wipe off any mucusy and sulfuric remnants of her going through the underworld and through this fleshy bits. She's going to try and find her way to the front since she's at the back right now.
Not at the back, halfway.
Oh,
Very
halfway,
important
yeah.
distinction, because had you made
Okay.
it past the sphincter the way you were intending, it wasn't the one you thought it was.
Okay.
It was the opposite end of the digestive system to the one you thought it was.
Okay.
So Blair starts making her way back around the front. Meanwhile, Oren. Does Oren kind of come to once Hyde is finished?
Yeah, basically when there are no threats left, when it's just Hyde, it's almost like the presence would get bored.
Mm-hmm.
And Oren would be given back
Okay.
control.
So do you think Hyde would let go once he's taken out his rage?
Yeah.
So when Oren returns, they're stood in this storm drain, surrounded by just an unholy amount of gore. Nothing recognizable as human anymore without an anatomy textbook.
The big concerns, because this isn't the first time Oren has woken up like this. The first concern is going to be getting as much of the gore off as possible and using whatever drainage water there is in the area to
This
do
part
so.
of the storm drain ain't nothing coming off. But if you make your way back through to one of the previous bits where, because it's kind of pooled in this region. But yeah, you can make your way further back and use some of the water to clean yourself off. Because it's fresher than you're used to. It's not
Fair
quite as
enough.
tricky as you might have found it in the past.
And after I've cleaned off, I would go back to the corpse of Alice that we found and rip pieces of the shirt so that my hands aren't touching, make like makeshift gloves essentially, and carry her back to the head of the storm drain so that she would be visible
Okay.
for the authorities to find her
Yeah.
and then place her there.
Right, so you place her on the jetty or in the mouth of the storm drain?
Like in the mouth of the storm.
Mouth of the storm drain, okay. And then what about Oren?
Start trudging back, just mind empty, trying to regain some semblance of control of their thoughts, because it's nothing. Like all of this is very Lady Macbeth, out damn spot.
Yeah.
But eventually, slowly making their way back to the carnival.
So Oren makes their way back through the city to the bookshop, or just back to the carnival? Because the carnival's right there. It's not particularly far away. Actually, the river's right there as well, so you could use that to clean.
Oh yeah, probably would go through the river and on the way back up to the boardwalk.
Okay, so you make your way back up to the boardwalk. Meanwhile, inside the Tunnel of Love, Dahlia and Nick.
Yes. She is going to try to calm down.
Not an unreasonable proposition.
And just like repeat to herself, this is a hallucination. This cannot be real. This is a hallucination. It's a group hallucination. I do not know what is in the air, but it is a hallucination. Oren did not turn into something really weird. Everything is fine. She's saying all of this out loud.
Do I taste good? You heinous creature! Am I delicious to you?
Nick, please
Sorry. Okay, sorry. I just had to get that out. This thing's freaking me out. Can it hear us? Do you think it can hear us? No, it can't.
It's not real. It can't be real.
Oh.
It's not real. It's
Oh, really?
It's a hallucination.
Oh.
It has to be a hallucination. That is the only explanation right now, is that it is a hallucination.
Oh, okay. Well, now I feel a lot more comfortable about this. Man, this is a weird trip. Wait, so you're seeing the same stuff?
Yep, it's a group hallucination.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how good
we
she
should
is at
go
keeping
further
calm.
in then, right?
No,
To get Blair. No?
I don't.
But you said it's a hallucination, so we're totally fine if we go further in, right? It's just
I go to
rickety
touch the teeth, just like to see if they're real.
They
To
feel
me.
very, very toothy. Huge teeth as well. Like
Very
massive
strange
great
hallucination.
things. Meters long teeth. Especially those two big fangy bits. That's the scientific term that herpetologists use.
Yeah, no, definitely. Mhm. Okay, so
Now, Nick,
oh,
you're a
yeah,
genius alchemist
I am, yeah, thank
with
you.
a bunch of raw potions in your pocket.
Yeah.
If only there was some cunning way you could use that ability.
I had an idea.
Oh, good.
What if I use the alchemist stone to turn part of the wall into jelly so we can just go through the jelly?
Don't do that.
I rolled a 7.
Okay.
Yes. Wait. Let me double check. Yeah, it would be a 7 because I would have used the Philosopher's Stone's transmutation as a benefit. So
Okay.
yeah, so I want to turn one of the walls into jelly so me and Blair can just go through it. Not the whole structure, just like a small person-sized.
I mean, I would
portal.
argue that this is definitely taking the risk because that sounds like a really dangerous.
Yeah,
and stupid move.
I'm turning the world serpent partially into jelly. So 7, yeah.
So Jormungandr gets a mouth ulcer.
Ooh. It's strawberry jelly for those at home.
You are getting out. The hard bargain or ugly choice part of this is you're
One of
going
us.
to take a level 4 status from it.
Oh, do we both get out though?
Yes.
Oh, that's fine then. I don't care.
So you will suffer a broken leg as a result of
Oh,
your
no!
escape.
Dahlia, you landed on my sprained ankle and now my leg's broken.
What the fuck happened?
He used the jelly thing, even though you told him not to.
No, I didn't use anything. I just turned I made the Philosopher's Stone turn the part of the wall into jelly, strawberry jelly specifically, and then we both went through, and then I fell and broke my leg.
Why would I go through? I
Well,
don't
what
know.
actually
I told you not
happened
to
was
go through.
as he did that and tried to turn the wall into jelly, the tunnel of love lifted up, opened, and you could see the sky above you, and it kind of flicked you clear across the carnival,
Oh,
where you crash into the ground. Nick
Got it.
gets a broken leg, status tier 4 status broken leg, and Dahlia takes a tier 2 status bruised from being bounced around.
where do I put this, by the way?
Just
First page?
scribble it down somewhere. I think I'm supposed to keep track of them with
Oh,
scratch paper.
I would appreciate
There's a space
that.
for story tags at the bottom of your character.
I've run out of story tags though. I've got so many I've accumulated.
I don't see story tags.
So it's at the bottom of your character.
under the crew section.
Oh, there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, under crew. Yeah, sorry. So do I have a sprained ankle and a broken leg, or my sprained?
No,
ankle
your sprained ankle upgraded to a broken leg.
Ooh, fancy.
So there, you have enough tag spots. You just changed one.
Yeah. There we
But
go.
Blair, as you're making your way back out around to the front, you see the two of them come shooting out the front of the Tunnel of Love at a speed that shouldn't be possible for anything going on in there. Bounce and crash their way across the funfair and come to a halt at the roundabout with the lobster ride and seahorse.
Seahorse.
Mhm.
Blair was on the lobster.
What? The actual
What?
fuck.
Oh, thank God. I think my sprained ankle healed itself, but my other leg is broken. Okay. This is less than ideal. I will admit. Oh, okay.
Oren, you probably come back across them at about the same sort of time here. It's only Liam that seems to be missing from your little crew at the
Dahlia.
minute.
Talia, that shared hallucination hurts.
Yes. Yes, it did. Yep.
Yeah.
Hallucination. It was a hallucination.
Oh,
Everything
I don't
was
want to ever
hallucination.
take drugs again. I should have.
Don't.
just said
Drugs are bad.
no.
Yeah, Dahlia's
like
having a
Nick said-
really
saying-
hard time not seeing a giant snake coiled up over there.
I still see the snake.
Yeah.
Does it look?
I'm
happy or
staring at the
angry?
snake, and then I see Orin, and then I stare at Orin, and I look at the snake, and I look at Orin, I look at the snake.
Wait, does Nick also see the snake because he was made aware of it, or is he still oblivious?
Nick also sees the snake now as well. And in fact, as you look around at this place, the
it
whole
flips me off with
carnival
snake.
is like, oh, There's more than one snake here as well. There's that giant snake that was the Tunnel of Love.
Okay. Yeah.
That drop ride that I told you about, the one where it lifts you up, lifts you up, lifts you up, and then drops you. You can see that the base of that ride is the maw of another enormous snake creature.
Oh, this shared hallucinations get
And that
bigger.
black hole that is in the middle of the Ferris wheel, you can all perceive now.
Oh,
And-
that was real.
Just to describe, Orin, like the sleeves of their shirt would be in tatters. Below their knees, their pants would be ripped up as well. And so we all see the giant snake thing.
Yeah, you've all been exposed through your mythoi to supernatural effects now, so it
Okay. I was
Then-
kind of hoping the snake is just like, fuck you guys.
overlays
Then
your vision.
I will make an executive decision that Orin's response to the giant snake would be to whisper Jormungandr.
What about the other one?
That I don't know.
Sally. They all have to have
But
S names.
just
when
that
they
It's like a
Concept of-
veil actually parting over the whole carnival as you look, and it's not quite as ratty and run down as you thought it was, but it is a good deal more supernatural than you could ever have believed. There are giant thick webs stretching from tent to tent and attraction to attraction, with spiders the size of dinner plates running to and from them. They all seem to be based around the fortune tellers. You can see that the tent that the strongman does his shows in smells really strongly of like back ointment.
What
I
does
have a
Very
feeling that
specific
our
So
I don't.
problems here have just started.
Well, problems are ongoing for Nick right now. So
Nick, you can't talk in the third person.
Nick has his leg in twain. He can talk in the third person as much as he likes.
You have a potion for that, right?
Yeah, no, I don't do healing potions. Well, maybe I do. I could maybe whip something up. I need to get to my lab. Otherwise, I'm going to be trying to use fucking grass and whatever this stuff is. Oh,
I have an important
agree.
question. Do I see? I should have one string still. Two strings, I mean. One to the detective.
That's the only string still intact.
So it goes to the black hole and then to the detective, correct?
Yeah, the
Still-
black hole pulls everything towards it.
Okay.
But
So the
you're the only
detective-
unbroken string. The detective, all of the other strings coming off the detective to the missing girls are
Yeah.
now broken.
This is hallucination, this is hallucination, this is hallucination. We need to get the detective and Liam, and we need to get the fuck out of here. Now, before I lose my cool.
okay. Can I just Okay, he is actually going to try and drink a potion to make his leg at least less broken, so he can at least walk. So let's roll. Oh shit! This is the first time he's ever succeeded. That is at 12.
812, very good. So
Oh,
you gain 2 points of juice. Fascinating. That's our addition for today. This is a change the game roll, which enables you to develop juice, which is like power up bonus stuff.
Oh, I
And you
thought you
can
meant
use juice.
that's
Not
why I called the potion.
no.
It's like, yeah, they are juicy.
Juice is a game mechanic in City of Mist, which you can use to create a story tag, to burn a power tag or a story tag, give or reduce a status, 1 point per tier of juice.
Can I get rid of
And
broken
because
leg?
you've got 2 points of juice, you can, if you want, scale it up, prolong it, hide it, or use it for a greater effect.
Can I get rid of broken leg?
You can get rid of broken leg.
Does that require 1 or 2 juice?
Well, it will take 4 juice to get rid of broken leg completely. But what you
well,
can do is reduce the tier of
Can I
broken
have
leg.
slightly fucked up leg then?
Yeah, that's what you can do. You can
Okay.
pull that right the way back to walking with a limp.
Okay, limping then. I'll replace it. Okay, it's all right. I've got to push him for this.
And
I
the rest
like
of you
the
kind of hear
idea
the
that
brake knit. It does this sort
He
of
always
crackling
had
sound.
the sprained ankle on the other side, but the broken leg just made him unaware of the pain of the sprained ankle.
Yeah.
And now that the broken leg is back to a 2, the sprained ankle is worse again.
Oh, okay. I'm all right. Okay, I can stand now. Phew.
Okay.
Nikki, those webs, by the way, they resonate in the same way that your tapestry does.
Oh, I got potion brain.
Can I try to understand it?
I guess you would say that it probably means they have some kind of similar effect.
Okay, so
And the central point
Out
is
of-
the fortune teller's tent.
okay. I need to make a pit stop.
Okay.
I think
Wait. Oh, sorry.
that's it. And she just starts walking.
Okay.
She's kind of very like she is in like a daze of sorts, and she's also has not looked at Orin at all since Orin has come back to the group.
Okay, I think we should split up because that's done
Stay
wonders
together.
so far. Okay, never mind. We'll stay together.
You three
Uh,
stay together, please. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
And where's
I'm
Dahlia
running on a-
heading?
To the fortune teller. If they listen to her is up to them. I don't know, but she just that's what she said.
So we're looking for this detective now, right?
I'm the only one that knows where she is.
Wait, did you tell us to
Orin
look
just
for her,
walks
though?
off after Dahlia.
Okay, hi.
No, I
hi,
said we need to
Blair.
find her. And
Did you
Liam,
say?
Liam.
Did you say
At this
that-
point, it's clear the danger of the area, and splitting up more feels like trouble.
This
Orin is
is
not
definitely
able
the
to-
largest concentration of supernatural power you've encountered since your
Okay.
own fairly recent awakening.
And for the record, the only word that Orin has said the entire time they've been in the presence was Jormungr. And after that, there have been no other words. They're kind of despondent.
Nikki,
And stick
fortune
together
teller's
is the only
tent
thing.
is
Oh, pretty. Don't know.
closed, but it's closed with like toggles rather than like padlocks or anything. You could just undo a couple of toggles and squeeze in.
okay. I just peek in.
And inside, the walls are coated. Real world, silk, drapes. It looks very mysterious. Crystal ball. There is a crystal ball on a table in the middle. There's the inevitable deck of cards. But what you notice is that with your sort of second sight overlaying it, this place is the dense connection of webs. You feel like from the middle of that, you could reach out and pluck individual webs to get vibrations from anywhere outside of it that the webs reach to. In the same way that your tapestry connects to all things, you suspect that these webs probably do as well. It's like a twinned power of your own, told
Okay.
through a different, somewhat more sinister lens.
Do I see anybody inside other than that?
Other than these massive spiders,
Oh, there's
which
spiders.
aren't there in the
Okay.
real world,
Okay.
there's
okay,
nobody
okay,
inside.
awesome.
No.
oh, look, nothing is inside of here. Whatever could it be? This is such a weird fortune teller's tent. So cool looking. Does not look at the spiders at all as she's staring at the spiders.
Big things. Like far too
Like-
big to be physically possible.
I like doing the washing up.
You know, your AP biology teacher would have been like, no, don't be silly. You can't get a spider the size of a dinner plate. That's crazy talk.
So, fuck. Nikki thinks that there might be a way to take this away from the fortune teller somehow and gain control of it. But I don't know if Dahlia would put two and two together, because my first instinct was like, oh, if you cut them, then they'll save them. But then that's probably going to kill them. So that's probably a bad idea. So let's not cut any strings whatsoever. That would be probably deadly, because that's what happens when they die in her head. So she doesn't want any of the strings to get cut, but she doesn't want them to have control of the strings either. 'Cause
Oh,
it seems
right.
like they're doing things for evil purposes.
I thought you were going to spider nap. I would be down for that, but that also makes sense. Okay.
So, can she, with her obsessive need to help people, try to take over all of the weave that's in here?
Wow. Wow. Whew.
The answer is probably not, and it's probably gonna be really.
Oh, no, the
difficult.
answer is absolutely 100% yes, because I love a crazy plan. It is not one I was prepared for, but it is exactly the kind of thing I would do. So I love it. Without any shadow of a doubt, that is going to have to be a stop holding back.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Because this is huge. Wow. The sacrifice this will take. Okay, this...
So you roll plus logos, even if you're using your mythos.
Yes, this is roll plus logos because this is an ultimate effect. So on an ultimate effect, on a 7 to 9, you would be killed, destroyed, or transformed forever and take a tier 6 status. You can't face danger to resist. On a 10 plus, you replace one of your themes. Has to be one of your logos themes with another
assuming with a-
mythos theme.
Okay, and on a 6 or less, you pay the price for 7 or 9. But you lose control of your powers. Oh, fun!
Yes.
Awesome.
All I'm
wonderful.
hearing is that we have a new Spider Woman. Just saying.
Into
So
This
I
isn't-
don't. Sorry, go ahead.
this has now become Into the Spider Verse.
Exactly.
Wow.
So I don't think Dahlia realizes what she's doing. I think fate has basically taken over at this point in her mind and is like, I need to help. And between the two, she just reaches out and uses the power she doesn't realize she has to try to control all of it, even though she's probably not ready to actually do that. And then I get +2 because I have 2 logos, right? Yep, okay. Give me a 10.
Oh,
One fell on the floor. That's my good. Hold on.
I love that she's unwittingly basically becoming one step closer to Arachne.
oh my God!
Yeah, that's what I.
It landed on a 12 on a D6. I don't know how that's possible, but it happened.
That's an 8.
No.
I could have lied, but the 5 is what fell on
No.
the floor, so I kept the 5, and then the 1 fell in the box, so I couldn't re-roll the 1.
Okay.
So that's an
What
8.
makes 5 is gonna do not very funny now.
What were you going to do?
I was gonna turn into a budgie. But I don't want to now if Dahlia's potentially gonna not come out of that the same.
So you see Dahlia kind of peeking in this tent, and this sort of power rises in her. Just this enormous surge of energy builds up and builds up and builds up. And just as it's about to crash over this tent, the tent bursts open and hundreds of spiders just blast out of it, and they cover Dahlia completely. You hear a scream as Dahlia and the tent and the spiders kind of all fold in on themselves. And there's a flash of light, and she's gone. And the tent's gone too.
Oh shit, 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 oh shit. No, where's Dahlia? Where's Dahlia? That's not good. She's gone. She's fucking gone. And now I'm not thinking any of this is hallucinations. This feels very real, and I don't like it. Oren, why are you just standing there? Blair, why are you just standing there? We need to do something right now. Okay?
Blair's going to slap Nick.
Ow. My leg. Ow. Okay, thank you. Whew, okay. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Blair. Okay, I needed that. Whew.
Do I get a sense of where Dahlia is destined to be?
No, because Dahlia's power was all about destiny, and the spider power was all about fate and destiny as well. And your ability to sense where Dahlia might have been gone just explodes out a billion pathways in your mind.
Oh,
She has done something which has unlocked some kind of fixed point in space-time. You know where everything should be when it dies.
mm-hmm.
Except that now.
I'm going to panic and take another dip into the underworld.
Okay.
Oh shit, where's Blair gone? Okay, no. Or you need to stay right there. You're not going anywhere until I confirm where everyone is going.
No response.
Right,
Yeah,
Blair,
Blair.
what are you doing to go into the
Catatonic.
underworld then?
Panic, rush to the cab, get into the cab, dip into the underworld, and just follow as many lines of where I think she should be if she's in here.
Wrapping every dead spider you find. Where is she?
Yeah, just like any undead host that might have an answer. I try to find them,
Okay.
ask them if they've seen her, just like in that kind of panicked frenzy of not knowing, hating that she doesn't know where someone should be.
Yeah, it's
So
a
she
novel
just-
experience for you. So you've got a couple of ways you could go about this. You could
Mhm.
either just do an investigation to see what you can find out, or you too could take that same risk, stop holding back, and push your powers as well.
Learn
to
from my
explode the
mistakes.
party.
She's,
But
I
she
rolled
doesn't know what you did.
I rolled a 1, so I'm pushing the boundaries.
God damn it! No, that's the
All right.
opposite.
Yeah.
Don't leave Nick alone.
Right, this is a no return one.
Mhm.
So on a 7 to 9, replace one theme. On a 10 plus, it will be fade or crack and burn all the power tags on one theme. Again, your mundane life ones. So you roll plus Logos.
Mhm.
There will be no way back from this because you're sort of trying to spread yourself super thin across multiple branching options.
I have one other thought if this fails.
No, do it. You do it. Oren will disappear.
Well, thanks very much for joining us for our City of Mist game. We'll be back in
Now
season
just-
2 when I've had a chance to invent it.
Yeah, it's a
Go for it,
speed
Blair.
run.
You do your thing.
Okay, let's see what I can do.
It's just adding your logos.
Yeah. So it's
So-
roll plus Logos, which is 2.
2. Okay. Don't fail me now. 12.
Wow.
Thank fucking God. Oh,
Right, so pick one of your Logos themes and mark crack on it and burn all of the power tags in it. You can't use them until they are fully recharged.
Um,
So your logos are your
Possessions?
mundane themes.
so my possession.
Yep.
Would that be kind of thematic to fit? Since I'm using my cab to kind of.
Yeah. But you're using a
You said-
supernatural aspect of your cab, aren't
Oh
you?
yeah, true.
What's your other mundane, your profession,
routine?
routine? Yeah. What's your routine?
Let's see. No. Let's see. Ferry people running cab. Nobody questions why I'm here. Knows every street and alley.
Yeah. Do that one.
Knows every street and alley.
No, mark crack and burn all of the tags.
Okay.
So none of those tags will work. That doesn't mean they go away.
Right.
You can recoup them over time and during montages and credits. Just they're temporarily out of range for you, and you're one step closer to losing that theme because you're exposing yourself to multiple levels of reality. So you're seeing levels of the city that you never knew existed before. So some of those streets and alleys you'll be looking for don't actually exist in the prime reality that you belong to. But you will also find Dahlia. You will find Dahlia out there in a cocoon, wrapped up in webs made of some form of silk. There are no spiders around that you can see. You recognize just her face, and the rest of her is completely cocooned and held up by these webs right in the center of a version of the city that you've never seen before.
Is she like awake? Is she asleep?
She appears to be deeply unconscious. Possibly beyond unconscious, almost beyond comatose.
She's just drooling. There's like drool dripping.
I am going to first, like, she's going to kind of like panic and check like vitals if possible, if she can reach her. If she once she gets out of her cab, if she can
Getting out of the cab, you parked on the roof of a skyscraper in the center of a version of the city.
as one does.
And looking out around you, you can see that the city itself is actually laid out like a web, with the whole same spider-like pattern around it. And the webs connecting to Dahlia are connected to every building, and they each branch out again and again and again, connecting to every single living thing inside the city, and coalescing into this one thick trunk from which she's kind of swinging in her cocoon.
Yeah. Is she like? Can I if I get out? Can I reach her, or is she like too high? Or
You could reach her.
okay, I'm gonna check and see. I'm gonna check her vitals.
So you climb up this gantry around the outside edge. Vitals so faint as to be almost indetectable. You're reaching for her pulse and you think she doesn't have one, and then once per minute maybe you get a boom.
It's a positive. She's gonna try. She doesn't know if it's gonna hurt or help, but she's gonna try and pull the webbing away from Dahlia.
Okay. Pulling isn't going to cut it. You're going to have to seriously throw yourself at this thing. Do you want to investigate it first?
Yeah, I'd be more than happy to investigate just to make sure.
Probably
like,
the smart play.
yeah. Trying to think if I don't think I have anything that I can. Would I be able to use one of my help point from Dahlia for this?
Yes. Yeah, that works.
Okay.
I honestly had no idea how to use those.
Yeah, and would I and would I be able to argue collecting lost souls?
Yes, I think it is appropriate in context.
Okay. So give me a +2. 10?
10 is excellent. The trunk is the weak point. You shouldn't break her out of the cocoon until she's ready.
Okay.
The cocoon is keeping her alive. What the trunk is doing and all those webs are doing is less clear. That you feel you could break her away from
Okay.
without killing her.
Right. I will try to do that.
Okay. Have you got a blade or a weapon or some way of detaching a chunk of spiderweb about the thickness of your arm?
She's probably got some tools in her cab, like she's probably got like a screwdriver or something like very unconventional, but sharp enough. She's pretty good.
Okay. All right then. So hit it with all you've got.
Okay. I don't have any.
I don't think you've got anything that would be appropriate to
No.
boost you here.
No, I'm not, Orin or Nick, so I don't have anything like that. I'm all about direction and not strength of. Okay, so that is still an 11.
Wow.
Rolling nice. My dice like me today.
So you gain 1 juice from having done that,
Okay.
and you manage to tear the chrysalis web pod free of the tower. And as you do, the whole web sort of shudders, and every building in this city starts pouring with spiders. They're all rushing along the webs towards you as you're dragging Dahlia into the back of the cab.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Into the cab and then floor it towards what reality I perceive that Orin and Nick are in.
Yeah, and you're feeling reality's kind of closing down behind you. That sensation of entire universes ceasing to be, are you racing ahead of the curve? So let's have one more roll because we're taking a risk here.
Okay.
But it's a driving based one for you,
Yep.
or a traveling based one. So
So
streets and alleys won't help you here.
route always clear for the cab.
Yep. That's a big help.
Yeah. And let's see. Any other perfect spatial awareness?
Yes.
No, I'm not. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But in a kind of non-Euclidean way.
Right.
Let's burn that tag, in fact. If you burn that
Okay.
tag, then yes.
Okay. Yeah, I will definitely burn perfect spatial awareness. Just put that in there.
Because this is taking a huge amount of exertion from you. This is stretching yourself to the very limit.
14.
Wow.
Mhm.
Can I have your dice? Because my dice suck,
Right.
evidently.
I'd be more than happy to. Then I would be rolling like Nick.
So you screech to a halt outside Nick's bar.
Mhm.
The tyre goes out with a bang on at least one of the wheels. You slide a little bit
Mhm.
and come to rest uncomfortably close to the front of the building.
Mhm.
I'm going to jump back to Nick and Orin in the funfair as they see Blair and Blair's taxi just kind of wink out of existence.
No, 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 no. Blair was one that gave me the slap, that made me have a bit more self-awareness. I don't think I can do this anymore. I am not being abandoned again. Fuck this. No, no, no. Orin, what are we gonna do? I'm looking for guidance, Orin. You gotta help me here, Orin. What are we gonna do?
Orin starts walking out of the carnival.
Guidance.
Okay, you can. Okay. Okay, Nick. It's just you. It's just you. Okay. Okay.
Can Nick hear something in the back of his mind
I hope so.
as he hears Dahlia saying, "Fucking follow him,
Well, but that's the problem in Nick's head.
follow them."
Did you say that about finding the detective?
She said stay together was the last thing
She
said to you.
did, but Nick would also feel. Actually, we know that we came in with the detective, didn't we?
I
Because she was at the
Well,
front.
the detective came in first.
Yeah,
Right.
detective came in first.
I said
and
we
didn't
need
know
to
you were
find
here.
the detective and Liam, and we need to stay together. And the last thing that she said was stay together.
I know, but that's the problem. We're leaving the carnival, and he also knows that Liam is here as well.
Liam's a big boy. Liam can take care of himself.
But Nick can, and Nick is
So
feeling very
follow
conflicted.
Fucking Orin.
Right, we're rolling the dice. We're gonna see what Nick does. I'll do what Kawaii does and get a D20. I don't have a D20. There's my D20. There's my D20. Okay. Okay, crit failed. So I'm going to interpret that as he doesn't do the smart thing. You know what? Actually, I know what rolling a 1 is. Nick just sits there and goes, "You know what? Okay, I know what I'm gonna do." And he's gonna pop a potion. He's gonna turn into a budgie, and he's just gonna fly into the sunset because he doesn't know what to do. He's stressed out. He just wants to be a budgie for an hour. That's what he's gonna do. So I'm gonna roll to see if he turns into a budgie.
I'm sorry, you're turning into what?
A budgerigar.
No, a budgerigar.
It's a small
Like a
pet
little-
bird that's very popular in the UK.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Like a
I
very
heard
small
a
kind of
bungee,
parrot.
like a
Oh.
bungee cord, and I'm like, what? It's
No, that
very
would
confused.
that would be slightly more useless. So Nick got.
Can't
I
strap
don't know what
things.
happens when I fail a potion drinking thing. Does he just not? I guess he doesn't have it. Would be what happened because he got a 5. So
A
I guess he
5?
just doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Might change into something he didn't mean to.
possibly, but
this is a failure of
power.
activating a power, though. So you neck one of your potions. It tastes like crap and does nothing to you. So you're sat there failing to even be a budgie.
Oh.
I will say, though, Orin isn't saying anything. They are walking in the direction of, like, the bookshop and the bar.
No, I know, and I'm not. The thing is, I'm not trying to meta game because the thing is, Nick literally doesn't know what to do because you've and I'm not, and that's great. You've suddenly left because that is literally it's the worst thing you could do, but it's amazing because he doesn't know what to do because he knows that Liam's here. He feels guilty if he leaves. 2 of his friends have just fucking evaporated. So he's just kind of, I think he is just going to sit there. He's going to sit down and just kind of very quietly mumble to him. So he doesn't know what to do. He's just, oh, okay. Yeah, I think he is. He might even cry a little because he's kind of at a loss of what to do.
You've got your
Yeah.
Philosopher's Stone with you, though, haven't you?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Why would
What
that come up?
tags has that got on it?
Oh yeah, no, that has the tag. It has the tag transmutation. Yeah, it's a charm bracelet because it's snazzy. It can heal the sick. I mean, there's also like the weakness tag most wanted, but I can't see what relevance that would have on. Oh, fuck! I think we did agree though that Nick doesn't know that he's most wanted.
No, it wasn't for that. I was just wondering whether it had any other tags that may prove useful.
Oh no! Fuck no! It's useless. Everything Nick has is useless. He can't even do the gimmick stuff that I wanted him to do. Ah, well, yeah.
All right, so Nick sits down in the fun fair.
Yep.
And
on the ground.
after an hour or so, people start to come out and set stuff up around him. Yeah, there's work going on. People are building elements of the fun fair.
They leave him alone, right? Nobody asks him to leave. Sorry, you've been
A
crying
young
here for 8
woman
minutes.
comes up to you, and she's wearing like a a bolero length tailcoat, so short at the front, long at the back, and a little pillbox
cool.
hat, big gold epaulets on both shoulders. She's carrying a tin in one hand and a big book full of tickets in the other, and she sort of squishes the tickets into the hand and says, "Are you all right?"
I've been better. My legs hurt. My friends evaporated. My other friends left.
Oh dear.
I couldn't turn into a budgie. I'm kind of at a loss of what
That's a
to
shame.
do. Yeah.
Would you like a hot dog?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I feel this is definitely
come with
hot
me.
dog territory.
And so she sort of helps you up, takes you by the hand over to the hot dog stand, and she says,
Yeah, okay.
just give him one. And the hot dog vendor passes over a hot dog with a fairly skimpy selection of onions on top.
That's okay. Yeah, he eats it.
She's like,
Okay.
I know sometimes people run away to the fun fair or to the circus when it looks like things are really bleak. And really, don't take my advice. I'm the worst person in the world to give advice. But sometimes underneath all the bad stuff that's going on, there is always just a little spark of hope. And she pats you on the shoulder and walks off.
Okay.
And you
Okay.
realise that your ankle's not broken anymore, or sprained or twisted.
Okay, this is good.
And you don't know if
Okay.
it's the hot dog or the girl. Something about her very in keeping with this place, but also a bit not in keeping. There was a hint of Dahlia's voice to her.
Okay. Okay. Positive. Spark, hope. Okay. He's talking to nobody. I guess the hot dog vendor's like, oh God, this guy is right in front of my shop. Just please leave. Okay.
Hey, buddy,
Think.
you
Yeah.
want to move on? She's a good kid and all,
Yeah,
but
sorry. Nope, that's my fault. Sorry, I will move on. Okay. Hope. Okay, I could go back to the bar. Would they go back to the bar though?
hey,
Yeah, sorry. I'm leaving. I swear, I'm
no,
leaving.
you're going
Oh.
back to a bar in your state?
I mean, that's probably not why. I can't really go to a hospital, so.
Oh, I get it. You're high. You're not drunk. You're high.
I wish that would make things so much better. I'm not lying. I would love it if I was on something, but I'm not, unfortunately.
Well,
At least that would mean
whatever.
this was all a trip.
Enjoy the hot dog.
Thank
And
you. It's very
you
delicious.
better get out if you don't got a ticket,
Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay, he's gonna leave. Where to go? Who can I go to? Wait, I know someone. I actually do know someone. Liam's assistant. Do I know where Liam works?
He's got an office in
I wanna
not too
go
far
to
from the bar,
Yeah.
actually.
I want to go to Liam's office. I know the assistant because they're the one that has to answer all my calls to Liam. They'll be able to help me. Okay, right. That's
They
that's
will.
for next win. All right.
All
yeah.
right, so you get in a cab, which makes
Yeah.
you sad a bit because
Yeah,
it's
no, it
not the
reminds me
right
of,
cab.
Yeah, it reminds me of Blair, but it's okay. He's not going to cry anymore. He's used up all his tears for today.
And as you're
He knows
driving
I'll be out of balance.
round towards Liam's office, you see Oren, and Oren has just sort of stopped outside the bar, where you can also see Blair's taxi parked outside your bar. So
Weird
Oren
that
and
it
Blair,
passed directly by this bar. How strange.
hey, check that out. It's like almost like fate and destiny were warping reality around it.
Oh, right. I was about to
Almost.
say, is Liam's office right next to
Not right
the bar?
next
'Cause
to,
if-
but it's in the same
Okay.
area because that's the area
Oh.
that was his constituency. Because the bar is the central point for your crew as well. It is a character of its own.
Yeah, and I've always imagined the bookshop being on like the same street as well. Like,
So, Oren, you found Blair. Blair has kind of sat in her taxi, white knuckled at the steering wheel. Looks like she's just slammed to a halt. If you'd walked down this street 2 minutes earlier, you'd have been run over.
And do I see Dahlia in the back?
Well, in the back, you can see this massive white bundle.
Kind of after having enough space to like get beyond the shock. What is that?
She's still like white knuckling, like that would be our dear doctor.
Well, bar's no place for that. Let's get her to my shop. Let's figure this out.
So, Nick, as you drive past, you can see them manhandling this huge white
Wait.
lump.
Stop. I know those people. Stop. Okay, thank you. Okay, here's the money. Okay, I'm gonna get out now. Oh wait, 4 stars because you didn't have any skills in the thing. Sorry. Okay, yes, you do. Hey, okay. First off, all right, Blair, you can't be doing that stuff anymore. That freaked me out. Second off, Oren, we have to talk about communication. It's important. Third off, what the fuck is that?
And as you're saying, what the fuck is that? They angle it just right, and you can see Dahlia's face, pale and pasty, wrapped
Okay,
up in this
fourth off.
huge web cocoon.
Dahlia, you can't be doing that anymore. Okay? Can't be leaving like that.
Dahlia's unconscious body does not respond.
Okay, I'm now okay. I think Nick's.
I kind of
brain
want like a
catches
random
up.
person to walk by saying, "Sorry, I didn't realize."
Okay. Nick's here. Good. Bring the stone. We might need it.
Okay. Why? Why is Dahlia a burrito?
I don't know,
Okay.
but we're gonna fix her.
Oh.
Between the three of you, you manhandle this cocoon, which is getting less sticky by the minute. It does seem to be hardening. When Blair first touched it, it was sticky, almost goopy to the touch, but now it's kind of gone a bit brittle around the outside edge. And the colour is fading from sort of a quite vibrant off-white to a duller greyish colour now. Dahlia's face hasn't gone grey. That's still just a pale version of Dahlia's face. And you get her into the bookshop.
And
Pull down the shutters, put the closed sign on.
yeah, and I would imagine that I have 2 employees, one there during the day and one there during the evening. The one that is there during the day thinks that occult things are nonsense. The one that is there during the evening is a true believer. And I would be getting us to move her to the basement where I would have an archiving studio, like for the restoration of old books, temperature controlled, lots of space.
All right.
Right, so as you get Dahlia sort of established in a corner of this temperature-controlled room, the three of you looking exhausted, tired, a little bit haggard, battered, bruised, burned. It's been a day for all of you. Dread to even think what's happened to Liam. And as the camera sort of pulls out away from the bookshop, the scene cuts away back into those storm drains where a little puddle of blood kind of coalesces into a snake-like form and swims towards the exit, out towards the river. And we see this thing creep up the side of the stone into the crowded theme park. And as people are wandering round, walking about, it just sort of snakes its way into someone's trouser leg. Just disappears up one leg of a woman who's wearing a pantsuit as she's walking around the fair with a date by the looks of things. Camera pans out, title credits roll. And we can geek out during the credits. Do 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 do.
Yeah.
So
Well, that
credits
went from
rolling.
0
That was
to
gnarly.
fucking 2 billion quite quickly.
Yeah, you caught me a couple of curveballs there. I mean, I was like, yeah, I know what's going on in this. But oh my god! Hooray
I know
for
it was me trying to turn
improvisation!
into a budgie. I know.
It was, yeah, that was it. That was the
That
big
was definitely
curveball.
the point where we jumped the shark. Yeah.
So let's start with Nikki. Nikki, which question would you like to answer? How has the crew grown this session? Which character had the most meaningful interaction with yours? Which
that
of your
one.
themes is under the most strain?
Well, I guess that one also works. But I think the most meaningful interaction would be Blair saving Dahlia's ass,
Yeah,
honestly.
that seems fair. So, Blair, you can recover one of your burnt tags or mark attention on one of your themes.
Mm.
I mean, I'd say so can Dahlia, but Dahlia is a special case.
Mhm.
What does I have an idea what fade crack means, but what does marking attention eventually do?
Attention means that you can add things to it. So you could add new tags to go with the ones you've already got, or you could turn a narrow tag into a broad tag.
So like I could draw attention to like mobility, that kind of thing, or is it like
Yes,
one of
you
those?
could put attention on mobility if you used it a lot, which you very much did.
Yeah, I will draw attention to mobility.
Okay, so with a little bit of attention, I think once you hit 3 attention, you can add a new tag to mobility or a new ability to mobility.
Okay.
And you and I are gonna have to talk about which logos I'm losing afterwards and replace it.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, that's a time to think kind of question. I don't want to just like demand that you answer right away.
That's fair. I just want to make sure I was on the same page.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. All right, so Orin,
Yeah.
which one of those questions would you like to answer? I suppose we've had the meaningful one, so one of the other two.
I'm which of your themes is under the most strain?
Mm-hmm.
The self-defense pacifist is cracking.
What would happen if it were to disappear?
Well, there are 2 sides of the mythos that Orin has, but Orin has only had access to one.
Mm-hmm.
So we would have to talk about it, but I would imagine it would be replaced by Dr. Jekyll.
Okay, excellent. Well, pop Dr. Jekyll down on the flip side of that theme then. Because that's what would happen if your self-defense pacifist ceases to be a thing. Bum, 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 bum. Nye,
Yeah.
how has the crew grown this session?
Fuck. I guess we didn't all die. That's a big plus. I don't really know. I guess the way Blair say, yeah, I don't really know how to answer that one because I I don't. I think we've individually grown, but I don't know if as a collective because we spent much of it quite apart.
True.
Uh,
Kawaifu, how would
yeah.
you go about answering that one? How has the crew grown this session?
I think they've grown in ways to find ways as an individual to protect the group, whether physically, mentally, emotionally. They're sort of kind of finding individual ways to kind of girder their defenses as a whole.
Okay, that seems reasonable. So we need to take another look at your crew theme, and it's possible that we might be able to expand the bar into something a little bit more with the changes from that session, perhaps knocking through a couple of basement spaces underneath some of those other buildings to connect it to the bookshop is something we could
okay.
consider doing to expand it, because it sounds like the crew theme has grown
Hmm.
in this session, which is connected to the fact that you are a crew around that central location. So it's the district, the bar, the neighborhood will in some way develop as a result of your interactions. Okay. Cool. Thank you very much, everybody. Does anybody want to shill anything or talk about what they've got going on?
Yes.
Go for it, Nikki.
Words. I will be on High Shelf Collective on Wednesday at 7:30 playing Lancer. It's our second episode of it, second and final episode of it, where we're actually doing actual Lancer combat for the first time. So that's gonna be really cool. So
That
I
is
get to
cool.
play in my really
Ooh.
cool mech for the first time. So come watch me learn how to play with a mech. I've only done Mech Warrior before, so this is a completely different system. And then on Friday at 3:30 on Weave the Tale, you could find me and Mitch, who isn't here today, but will be on Sleepaway. It's going to be our first episode of Sleepaway. I'm playing an adorable new camp counselor, the Fresh Blood, named Alice, and it's very spoopy vibes. Like, we're all from different decades. I'm the newest member. I'm the only not dead person that she's not aware of. So, whatever. It's fine. Everything's going to be great. It's going to be fine.
You're the
It's just-
only not dead person. That is indeed quite a spooky camp.
As the counselor, yeah. But you have to watch to find out why. Nobody knows. And then at 9, you can find us on episode 3. Yes, episode 3 of the second half of season 3 of Monster of the Week on 2000 Tales Role Playing on YouTube, where we're trying to find all the knights of Arthurian legend, and I am Merlin, so you should come and find us. Come watch that, because it's fun. I don't want to be Merlin, but that's who I am. My name's actually Karen in the game. But she's not a Karen, she's like cool Karen.
Cool, Karen.
You have to watch to find out. It's wild. Yeah, that's it. I think I do a lot of other stuff. You could go find it on the internet on the Holder one on Twitter. Okay,
Yeah,
bye.
and there will be tags that you can follow on the YouTube video, which will follow. Oren, you got anything going on, or is it all on the download still?
We're working toward it. The main thing that I've been spending my days on is under NDA. I write TTRPG supplements, so I won't be able to talk about that until later in the year. But I have been doing TTRPG streams on Wednesday and Friday of this week. I will be appearing over on Lost Caravan RPG, doing some card playing cowboy stuff with through, I can't remember, Through the Breach or something like that is the name of it. And then on Friday I'll be playing Pathfinder for the first time.
Ooh.
So that's going to be interesting. And follow me, Synthetic 20 TTV, on Twitch and Twitter. It is looking like at some point next month I will probably be returning to streaming on my own channel where I stream comfy, cozy games. So,
Cool.
until then, good vibes are appreciated as I continue to get better medically. And, follow me on Twitter for updates.
Excellent stuff. Kawaifu?
Kawaifu. You can find me right now solely on Twitter at Kawaifu TV. Where I just, share things and spread good vibes. I have nothing planned for the near future. I have things in the works as far as like rebranding, stuff like that. And then possibly returning to streaming once my current work schedule shifts to the day shift instead of overnights. So I will have more time to be a content creator and not just a content consumer.
It do be
but
like
yeah,
that sometimes.
Yeah, because this is pretty much the only time I'm a content creator is this stream,
Wow.
and that's it for me.
Okay. Now, what's the story on $2 Creature Feature?
There's an episode out tomorrow, so you can check that out. Link in the thing if you get the $2 link. I think it's for Spotify or whatever. I don't know. I'm very bad at this. I have
one
other
works.
stuff. Yeah, okay. I have other stuff, but I can't be arsed talking about it. But it's not other. It's my own stuff, so I don't really care about it. Just check out $2 Feature because the
That's the
people I
spirit.
work with the people I work with are really cool and awesome, and I want them to
They are a lovely
succeed.
bunch. Yeah.
They are. So
Okay, and rest of the week on Garblag, we've got a bunch of stuff going on. Tomorrow is Coriolis. Millie is taking us through the Mercy of the Icons. I'm not remembering the whole book, but it's probably going to be in our end of year quiz, so I'll have to learn it for then. Wednesday is part 1 or 2 of the finale of this season of Once Upon a Time in the Old World. Warhammer Fantasy Role-Playing Adventure. Thursday this week is Naya's trying to put together a posse to play something with robots.
possibly, I don't know
Possibly.
what the results are yet.
We'll have a look at that. And Friday we're playing Blades in the Dark. Meanwhile, my schedule is entertaining at the minute. I've got this now. Tomorrow, which is, what day is it tomorrow? Tomorrow is the
Tuesday.
20th,
Oh,
Tuesday.
date.
I have my Monster of the Week play by post weekly tickover. Wednesday, I'm starting a D&D game on Start Playing Games. Thursday, I've got the tickover for my Alien game on Start Playing. Friday, I'm running Pathfinder on Start Playing. Saturday, I'm hoping to launch a new Spelljammer campaign on Start Playing. And then my now full Curse of Strahd game is on Mondays, if you can call it, starting at 11 o'clock at night where I am on a Monday. But otherwise, thank you very much for joining us. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And we will be around until we aren't around anymore. Good night, all.